Welcome to another video blog of Master Investors community. Hit the subscribe button if you have not yet. If you're back again, welcome. And today's theme is going to be about how to raise capital through business lending. It's critical that we understand when it comes down to building a successful business that we must learn how to use debt, the bank's money or other people's money, OPM, so that we can grow our business, use it as leverage, and also pay zero in taxes legally, because when we use debt, we legally do not have to pay for taxes. The tax code allows us to not pay taxes on debt. So that's why the ultra wealthy, we use debt to grow our business and to also create passive income to reach infinite return on investment. I'm gonna leave a link below of the blog that will talk about the importance of how to raise capital through business lending. And we must also understand that the big banks are not the only ways to raise funds. We have different resources that we left on the blog. There are about 6 different ones. One is Square Capital, right? Square is known for its suite of POS, points of sale tools for business owners. If we are a Square merchant, we can qualify for a quick loan of cash. That is as easy as pressing a button in the app, right? That's one example. The number 2 is Cabbage. Cabbage works like a line of credit by setting up an account. On Cabbage, we can qualify for a line of credit in minutes up to 250,000. On deck says it is 100% committed to small business lending, and they put their money where their mouth is, having delivered over 13 billion in loans to small businesses while maintaining an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Number 4, Lending Club. Lending Club is peer-to-peer lending system, allowing individuals to pool their money to invest in opportunities, so we can both lend money or apply for a loan. More than 50 million has been borrowed by 3 million customers. All of these are available to entrepreneurs and investors. And remember what we say at Master Investor Communities, that knowledge is money. It does not take money to make money. So we must learn how to raise capital, and the number one job of an entrepreneur is to raise capital, right? So number 4 is Lending Club. Lending Club is peer-to-peer lending system, allowing individuals to pool their money to invest in opportunities, so we can both lend money or apply for a loan. More than 50 billion has been borrowed by 3 million customers. Number 5, Funding Circle. Funding Circle's website claims it is the world's lending platform for small business lending. It has raised approximately 700 million since 2010. It is 100% focused on small businesses, helping them cover upfront costs, tackle emergencies, consolidate business debt, and grow their businesses. Right. Number 6, Kickstart. We have probably already heard of this one. Many of us probably have heard of them, but it is still worth mentioning. Kickstart is a crowdfunding platform that helps entrepreneurs and investors launch products. Its mission to help bring creative projects to life. Okay, so check them out. They're all available to us. I'm gonna leave a link below. And we must get really good at learning how to raise capital, right? If the number one job of an entrepreneur is to raise capital, then we got to be great at doing so, at asking for money. An entrepreneur also needs to learn how to spend money without money, if that makes sense. We gotta use other people's money, OPM, the bank's money, the savers' money, people that save money every month, every week after they get their paycheck. The bank has to lend that money to other people. It cannot stay in that container, in that safe box, because it becomes zero. It turns into its natural intrinsic value, which is zero. It goes back to zero because there's nothing backing the dollar. So with that being said, using debt is key, and that's why this video blog is so valuable, that shines light in the um, importance of understanding good debt versus bad debt. A lot of people stay all the time getting out of debt is great, but not necessarily. It's actually learning how to manage debt. Debt is a two-side sword. It can either kill a business or kill a person, right? Break them financially, or also make us very wealthy. After 1971, the debtors become wealthier. The savers become losers because there's nothing back in the dollar. So if you're a saver, then the savers are saving garbage, basically, because the dollar only maintains its value when it moves from asset to asset. That is why here at Master Investors Community, we encourage everyone to become an active investor, an inside investor, which is a master investor, someone that knows how to build a business, understand how to read financial statements, also knows the importance of having control over our assets, and having access to our database, the clients, the contacts, accumulating contacts every day, right? And also learning how to use debt, getting into good debt, and also paying the bad debt with good debt. And good debt puts money in our pocket, and bad debt takes money away from our pocket. And always remember that when we use debt, we pay no taxes on debt, because legally we cannot pay taxes on debt. So let's learn how to use the rules of money to our advantage, and learn how to play the game of money like the ultra wealthy, so that we are wealthy and we are attached to the 1% of the entire world when it comes down to building assets and wealth. Assets is what truly creates financial freedom, and financial freedom is what creates total freedom. So now that we know how to find capital, what's next, right? We got to take massive action. We got to understand that when we listen to a video blog or listen to valuable information like this, we must immediately uh, take some sort of action that will help us get closer to our end goal. And here at Master Investor, our mission is quite simple. It's to elevate the financial well-being of all of our partners, which means you as well. So this video blog is created with the purpose of providing value to you, to the marketplace, and giving you the tools so that we can take massive action. Okay, it's very interesting when we see a person listening to the same information. One takes action and the other one doesn't. The one that takes action gets massive results. It's because of the action that was taken. That makes all the difference in the world. So massive action is also part of success. And check out the blog at www.masterinvestor.education. I'm going to put the link below. Ensure that you subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment. Let's have a proactive conversation. If you have a question, drop it below. We will be glad to answer. And the bigger the company becomes, here at Master Investor, the more qualified people will have coming on, and maybe interview them or let them give us their 2 cents about how to build wealth, and ultimately really focusing on the asset column. Because here at Master Investor, we focus on the asset column. We focus on building assets or acquiring assets, right? If a person does not want to build an asset, he or she can acquire an asset. And who controls and owns those assets? Are companies. We own the companies that own the assets. We must use corporations so that we protect ourselves. Okay, so stay tuned for more. Glad to be here on another episode of Master Investor. So today we talked about debt, and the good, the different types of ways we can raise money so that we can expand our business. And as much we talked about the 6 different ways we can tap into today so that we can immediately have a loan in our hands that can be put into an investment that produce income, and we can pay the debt off with that income and still have left, which is cash flow for us. So ultimately the purpose of this video is that you hopefully tap into the blog and go check out the resources that we left there so that you can use some working capital so that you can grow your business. Okay, put it into marketing or grow into acquiring more assets for your business or acquire different assets. Have a business plan when you acquire money so that you know exactly where the money is going to be allocating, how it's going to multiply. Investment in actually investing does not have to be risky. It can also be a calculated risk, right? Everything has risk, but as long as we analyze and we understand where the money is going to go, then we can definitely make it work hard for us and make it successfully come back with all the money initially invested, and then continue to print that money. And that is called infinite return on investment. We're going to be talking about that on the next video blog or maybe the next one, but we will create one specifically on infinite return on investment, because ultimately that's the holy grail of an inside investor, of a master investor, is to reach infinite return on investment on every asset that we obtain. That's when the asset produces money even after it has acquired all the initial capital invested back. Now we have no money into the deal, but that continues to print as money every single day, every single week, even when we're not in the midst of the assets operation, right? And the whole purpose of having an asset so that we detach ourselves from the asset. True asset is something that we do not have to be present to make that money to generate the passive income. It produces itself with the systems in that asset. A true business is a system of system. Okay, so with that being said, remember that good debt and versus bad debt. 2 types of debt. Good debt puts money in our pocket, bad debt takes money away from our pocket. Hope you find this video blog valuable. Leave us some feedback, and I will see you on the next video. Stay great.